In Uganda, 70% of the 45 million estimated population is employed in the agriculture sector. However, farmers continue to face various challenges, thereby limiting development. Poor farming techniques, limited access to quality farm inputs, and limited market access due to inadequate marketing and agro-processing facilities are some of the challenges farmers continue to face. Hamwe East Africa Limited, based in Uganda, is bridging the gap between farmers and new mobile economy through their digital financial solutions. They connect farmers to the mobile money and guide farmers to the best agriculture practices. It's also a digital marketplace where farmers and consumers meet, as well as all the players in the value chain for the benefit of everyone.
Hamwe East Africa is headquartered in Uganda with branch operations in Rwanda, Burundi, and we'll be soon setting up full operations in Kenya. Hamwe East Africa is a technology company working in the agriculture sector as well as fintech. Because in our developments or innovations, we've found that the solution needed was self-driven. There were add-ons, and so the platform evolved into one which had a modular or modularized kind of setup and which led us to create multi-brands or products out of that. So one of our flagship products is M Farmer, M being mobile, which was basically a platform to enable farmers get content through both web, app, and SMS channels. We set up that in 2015, and while we were working with the farmers, agribusinesses, advanced cooperatives, we also found that there was need for farmers who needed last mile access to payments, both inbound and outbound. So we created another platform or module, which we have branded as Hamwe Pay. Hamwe Pay is a platform where we've connected to the key mobile network operators. It works on mobile money. And as of this year, we are completing integration with one of the key aggregators who works with banks. And we believe then that will enable us to offer, to give a better offering of our services. I mentioned that we were working with mainly individual farmers, but we realized later on that working with farmers who were organized as either associations or cooperatives was easier in terms of go-to-market, easier in terms of selling our services. And so we created another platform called MyCoop. MyCoop is a little bit more advanced, customizable platform which offers traceability, input purchasing, that also borrows from the Hamwe Pay or payments platform. And that means that we are able to complete the ecosystem of payments, of data, of traceability or capturing of production records. And we believe all these elements touch both fintech, and in the process we are able to create a data-driven or a platform that has a lot of future products.
One of the future plans we have is to have virtual accounts because of limited banks up country in most of these villages. If someone has to have an account, they have to travel 100 kilometers, 20 kilometers, spend 10,000 just to go and bank money. So what we decided is if there is a way of having virtual accounts. So we've been talking to several banks. We've also talked to the apex body for SACCO to see how we can incorporate these savings if they go past the limit of a telecom. What do we do if someone earns more than 7 million? So we've engaged banks to have a virtual account set up where the farmer doesn't have to walk in the bank. We already have done the KYCs for them. which means I know where the farm is geolocated, I know how much they have been producing for the last 1 year. So I already have better KYCs than any bank could actually ever accumulate. So the banks will be able to open virtual accounts for these farmers. And when the farmers are willing and happy, they will one day walk into the bank.
M-Farmer, we've designed it in a way that as long as you have been registered either by your cooperative or any other entity that you're dealing with, you should be able to access it through one, a simple SMS or through USSD. That USSD, to be specific for M-Farmer, is *284 *3#. You find a string or a menu through which then you'll pick on the options of what you would like to access. We also have *284 *70#, which is for payments, and actually I'm proud to say that is providing some sort of interoperability, because you can use your MTN wallet to buy airtime for either Airtel or Africell or UTL. So why we did that was because we understand that users need to be able to access these services wherever they are and regardless of what kind of access they have. For us, that is very, very important, and every time we say last mile, that is what we are talking about. That's what we mean.
With or without internet, Hamwe is helping farmers attain sustainable living as well as keeping records and proper monitoring of their businesses.
This hasn't been an easy journey because we found that there were problems with IT infrastructure, problems with even having phones. And then especially we had an issue where how do we get women to get involved and engaged? So as a company, we realized that most of the mobile phones, of the numbers that actually were registered for mobile money, were from husbands. So the wife wouldn't have a password, but basically she's the one who has produced. She's the one who's brought to the collection center, and then she's the one not getting the money. So we built a digital platform to profile all our farmers. And in so doing, we were able to know this is a woman, is there an alternative phone number, is this is a gentleman, how old is he, how many people are in this family. And our profiling has actually helped us a lot, because we have found ways of engaging women and discussing with them. We go to village hubs, we call them for a conference, we sit with them and ask them how can we sort this out. So our Hamwe Pay platform has helped try to give some credit to the ladies, because if they get credit, phone on credit, they can pay using produce. They don't have to wait for the money. I bring in my 2 bags of maize, they give me a phone for 50,000, then the balance you send to the husband. So it's not a trick, but it's been very helpful. So women are able also, they have acquired phones, and we are trying to actually engage several stakeholders that can give us cheaper phones that don't cost more than 50,000 to 100,000. And so this doesn't cause the husband to fight because there's no money lost. We've also decided to work with agro-dealers to give the ladies, one of the challenges actually we were trying to cover is the production was so low. And so the lady is digging so much, getting only 20, 30 because of counterfeit, or not having proper seeds, or using the old method of keeping some dry maize and then you plant again. So the production is not good. So we've been working very hard, and we've gotten some contracts with agro-dealers who actually can give them better seeds that can increase their yield from 40% to 70%. And this is given by credit. But what that means is they have a buyback policy. We give you the seed, but we will have to buy back. And when you do that, the improved seed makes sure that the money is more. So the lady is able to get more credit of things without disturbing the permanent money that the husband gets, and no fights are created. So that is how we've tried to engage in some of these issues, the challenges that are facing women. We've also been, we are trying to engage other parties that are working on land titles. So like in our profiling, we ask you, do you own the land? Do you rent the land? Is the land for your family? Is it for a husband? So we are profiling, and slowly by slowly, we are going to be able to know if a lady tells us that she's a co-owner of the land, then she's able to get some more money to utilize the land, like get credit using that kind of co-ownership without so many problems. If the lady is renting the land, can she rent a little bit bigger? So we're looking for someone, and I think we are almost there, to get little credit within $100 to $200 so that the ladies can get some credit. And they're actually really good when it comes to paying micropayments. So our Hamwe Pay platform is actually going to be helpful in receiving back that money. We are talking to the telecoms to reduce also collections. You know, like if I'm collecting money, why am I being charged? So the telecoms are giving us some nice vibe, so maybe the collection should be even free. I mean, if you're banking, does anyone ask you for money? So those are some of the challenges that are facing these ladies. If I'm going to pay back 20,000 every day, don't charge me, let me pay back my loan, and then you charge me on withdrawing. So Hamwe Pay has tried to face some of those challenges, and our platform right now has engaged almost 19,000 women. And we are very grateful for that. And we are trying, I think women adapt this system more than men because they are the ones who are actually farming.
Hi People is shining a light on the 40 shortlisted fintechs for the 40 Days 40 Fintechs project. Hamwe has been the 37th fintech.
We'll suffer 1% from me, another percentage from you, and then another percentage from the telcos that you're working with, so that a farmer will suffer 5%. And then we're saying, okay, why don't we get a fintech solution, maybe a tool? So there are very many tools, but we have what we call Module Loop. Now, Module Loop was designed two ways. One, touching on the business. Two, touching on technology.
The information I have about Module Loop is that their vision is to create or enhance interoperability. That is very, very important for an ecosystem such as the one of financial inclusion or for fintechs. And I believe all those who have tried to be in the industry of digital financial services, moving payments, understand that the more the synergies or the more the players, the better or the easier the cost of access for the end users. So this engagement is really important. We're happy to be part of it, and we look forward to, I expect further engagement on how we can work with other players to bring out even those things that might not be very, very essential or important now, such as identity of users, for one of the things we mentioned, for example, detecting fraud, and also to enable those who intend to bring even better services to find an easy way in. So whatever we're doing now, I feel is going to make it easier for the new businesses, new startups, and people out there who would like to innovate.
Hi People credits Hamwe East Africa for the financial inclusion efforts.
We have we've had an engaging discussion, and one that is quite different as we get to conclude the first series of the 40 Days for the Fintechs initiative. Hamwe East Africa has been doing and playing a very big role in making sure people are digitally included into the digital ecosystem by enabling them to communicate using short message services, by making sure that farmers have information about the best agriculture practices. But now, more than ever, they're enabling farmers access payments, make payments, and get connected to their buyers using mobile. But the most intriguing thing about what they're doing is that they're uniquely paying so much attention to farmers leveraging USSD access. Of course, they mentioned that the USSD infrastructure is still very expensive for them, and as such limiting to them scaling growth of their input and their innovation into the market. But I mean, it's the reason why we have the 40 days for the fintechs, and it's the reason why we are thinking of innovating very many solutions that can help cut down these costs. As a matter of fact, if an organization like Hamwe East Africa is able to think interoperably and develop solutions that work with an interoperable solution or an open source solution that is free of charge like Mojaloop, and they create a kind of payment switch that allows for everyone to access their different services, and then help them cut down the costs and the different barriers of connecting with different financial service providers, maybe in an aggregated view, the cost will be cut. And in the end, the service that is provided to their end user will be more affordable. So we're very excited that we engage with them, and we are very thankful to our partners, Crosslakes Technologies, Modusbox, and Mojaloop Foundation.
Hi People is pleased to present 40 Days 40 Fintechs, an initiative under its Include Everyone program, as it continues to lead the way in advocacy for the creation and dissemination of technology that enables financial inclusivity. The inaugural 40 Days 40 Fintechs is shining a spotlight on those that are breaking down digital barriers and bringing millions more on the continent into the transactional space and transforming their lives for the better. 40 Days 40 Fintechs is presented in proud partnership with Crosslakes Technologies, Modusbox, and Mojaloop Foundation.
The 40 Days 40 Fintechs project will climax with the Fintech Landscape exhibition on the 15th and 16th of July 2020. Rita Cabanyoro, Smart 24.